How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another video for you guys. And with this one, this is actually going to be fun because we'll be doing another episode review for Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 2 of season 1, unless there's no more seasons. Well, I guess I'll just continue to call it season 1, episode 2, and season 1 of everything else for the next up-and-coming videos. But to an extent, I'm leaving in the mistakes because it's funny. To an extent, we'll be talking about episode 2. And by the way, I wanted to use music for, like, it was kind of cyberpunk-esque when it comes down to this particular episode because we follow, or at least it kind of follows through what we experienced with the first episode where Kenobi, buckles down and decides to help the Senator Amidala to, save Leia. And sure enough, he gets to this planet, and the planet itself is kind of like a cityscape, and the only thing I could think of was kind of cyberpunk or like alien sci-fi-esque, city. So I kind of figured that the music itself would fit, which, by the way, is by the White Bat Audio, which go check that out. But regardless, he's in the city. He's following the signal that, or at least what was left of the signal, because the signal gets jammed as soon as he reaches the city, to save Leia. And at this current time, not even suspecting that it's a trap. Though he finds out very quickly when he finally reaches Leia. Leia, who again is a 10-year-old, is asking Kenobi a variety of different questions. Kind of being, I don't want to say hyperactive, but to an extent, again, acting like a 10-year-old. Asking him a ton of questions about, who he is, why he knows, or how he knows, the senator, and so on and so on. And then it gets to the point where they get into quite a bit of trouble. Eventually, the Inquisitors start showing up, and there's kind of infighting, which was kind of represented in the first episode too, between the Grand Inquisitor and some of the other Inquisitors against Reva, or the third sister. And it gets kind of tedious to an extent, where she's, again, it seems like she's kind of like the odd one out of everybody. And she is very, very determined and will do everything within her power to obtain or capture Obi-Wan. Push comes to shove, they do end up finding, or at least with the help of this one guy who I believe was named Haji, which is played by this one actor, I can't remember, but he's entertaining in quite a few things that he's been in thus far, is able to help them to an extent, but so much so that, to a lesser degree, I think I should explain that this guy is a con artist, and at first Obi-Wan doesn't really want to believe him for his help because of the fact that as this guy was, or Kenobi was about to meet this guy, he was pretending to be a Jedi and was scamming people. So yeah, Kenobi, not very trusting. But then again, especially with everything that's happened thus far, or at least for the past 10 years, I should say, he's not very trusting with a lot of people. But going further, they do end up getting to a point where Haji tells him, hey, go to this transport and we'll take you to a planet where you can, be rescued or saved to a degree, which they do end up doing. They do end up getting to the transport, but also still being followed by the Inquisitors. More so the third sister, Reva. And while being chased, it's brought to Obi-Wan's attention that, surprise, surprise, Anakin is alive, or aka Darth Vader. And we see this really menacing shot of, or kind of, I don't know if you can call it menacing. I guess, yeah, menacing. Where you see Anakin, or what's left of him, inside the healing tank. There's a particular term for it. I can't remember what it's called. I'm just calling it the healing tank. And yeah, it's pretty cool. As well as, you know, at this point, and by the way, the acting is so great in this, because as soon as he finds out from the third sister that Anakin's alive, the facial expressions that the actor that Obi-Wan is played by it shows just it expresses the amount of emotion that Kenobi would probably be experiencing, knowing that the person who he thought was a brother, who he thought he killed or left for dead, was still alive. And knowing now, that's going to cause a lot of problems. All in all, this was a really good episode. The aesthetic of it was interesting. Seeing a little bit more, I guess, instead of, you know, desert planet, and seeing more planets, you know, when it comes down to the Star Wars lore, has been great. Especially with this particular one, which is a different cityscape planet that we haven't even seen. But all in all, characters introduced were great. Some of the scenes were really good. And by the way, my prediction of Kenobi kind of losing touch with the Force is shown a little bit here, where it seems like there's one point where Leia's in trouble and he has to use the Force, and it seems like he's kind of struggling at first, but he does manage to save her. And also, by the way, there is a point where after Kenobi and Leia escape, Reva betrays the Grand Inquisitor and stabs him and kills him. So there's that too. And it seems like she'll do anything to kind of push herself up the ladder. Though I kind of feel there is some kind of ulterior motive. That's just me. But anywho, all in all, great episode. Really enjoyed it. But with that, I need to watch some more of the episodes. And I will hopefully get back to you guys when I make my next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.